Troy Hoss and the front line, because everyone thinks of everything like that at this time of the year.
They do, and of course Memorial Day there in the United States the other day, so a lovely tribute
Monday.
there, Trace. Troy Hoss, yes, we're part, as you said, part of the Onsie.
That's exactly right. Got our T-shirts, got our guns, we are there.
Do you know, one of the great things that that some of the music programs, and I don't want to rave the Voice because I'm not a big fan. I've got to tell you, I'm not a big fan of The Voice, but the things like Australian Idol, American Idol, Australia's Got Talent.
You're not going on it.
No, I know.
There is
because
no talent there.
only because I don't want to, I don't want to win everything. But anyway, one of the things it's done is helped discover some great talented people along the way. You know, someone like Luke Dickens, who. Kate Cook, those sort of people.
Oh, yeah.
And another young guy who's doing massive things out of Western Australia at the moment, and we're going to catch up with him at Broadbeach, at the Broadbeach Country Music Festival. So we thought we'd better find out a little bit more about him before we do that. Is Jonny Taylor. And Jonny joins us on the line now. G'day, Jonny, how you going?
Good, thanks, guys. How are you?
Oh, excellent.
Really well. Congratulations on the album, mate. It seems to be doing some great things out there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's nice to see some progress. It's been a long time coming, so it's really great to see it all come together.
Mate, number 5 on the country iTunes out there, and some big achievements in probably some people will say a short period of time, but these things just don't happen overnight, do they?
Definitely not. No, it's been probably about 6 years since I figured out what I'm doing, where I need to be musically, and it's definitely been a hard slog. My wife and I have spent countless hours on the road touring and sort of honing in on what it is that we do. So, yeah, it's really great to see results, but they certainly haven't come easy.
Well, I'm glad you just brought up the wife and being on the road and everything, because I have a question.
Yeah.
How did the veggies go in the egg cooker?
Pretty good. She was pretty proud of herself.
Did it work?
Yeah, it did work. It was great, yeah. The spinach especially, I mean, that's pretty easy. You can't go wrong with cooking spinach.
Oh, that's right.
But then she pulled the van out, the tour bus, and she plugged it into the inverter in the van and, yeah, blew a fuse within the second. So it's not going to make it in the van, unfortunately.
No, so no fresh veggies now.
Yeah, fresh veggies, raw veggies. I don't know how the drummer's going to feel about that on the road, but we'll have to get by somehow.
Bit of coleslaw dressing. He won't even know the difference.
That's it. Yeah, we'll try.
Now, speaking on the road, you are going to clock up some miles, my friend.
Not wrong.
Yeah, I bought a new van in September, and it's just clicked over 40,000 Ks this week. And it's broken my heart watching the money drop off it. Yeah, we have covered some miles and we've met some awesome people, and it's actually what inspires me to keep going, funnily enough. So it's sort of a bit of a cycle. We keep driving and we keep wanting to drive.
So you got to cross the Nullarbor?
We do, the Nullaboring, yeah, twice a year. Well, there and back twice a year. So, yeah, and somehow it gets less boring every time you do it.
I was just looking at this month coming up, folks, and it's you're based in Perth itself or in Pinjarra?
Yeah, in Pinjarra, so that's about 100 k's south of Perth. Yeah.
Okay, so for the people who aren't aware, so that's that's like being on the Gold Coast or the sunny coast from Brisbane. Now, it's going to be around Western Australia, then heading across to Port Lincoln and Port Pirie. Now, they sound like they're right next to each other, but they're worlds apart, Port Lincoln and Port Pirie, all throughout South Australia, and then across to Broadbeach. Now, tell me you're not driving from South Australia to Goldie.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Yay, road trip.
Yeah, hell of a road trip. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't really worked out logistically perfect, but we've got a bit of a plan. So what we'll do after Broadbeach is we'll do the Hats Off to Country Festival in Tamworth.
Yes.
And then we're going to fly home for just a few weeks just to get a bit of business done, and then fly back, pick up the van, and we'll continue the tour the long way home.
Brilliant. So the weekend, the 21st, 22nd and 23rd of June, locally here. Locally, it's a couple of hours from where we are here, but on the Gold Coast, you'll be able to catch up with Jonny, and then out at Dalby on the 29th and Gundawindi on the 30th. So the people in Southeast Queensland, plenty of opportunities to catch up with Jonny. Tell us about the shows, the Jonny Taylor experience when people come to see you.
Yeah, well, I'm a friendly kind of guy, so we try and keep the show that same way. I make sure it's very interactive and personal, and a lot of the songs have sort of quite heavy themes that are best introduced. So like I always introduce the songs and sort of relate it to people for telling a story behind it. And I kind of like to finish the show feeling like everyone knows each other one way or another. So that's the vibe, very family friendly.
So you take them on the road trip with you?
Yeah. I take my wife and my drummer and my keyboard player, and we're all very much on the same page as far as what we're hoping to achieve, and just being accessible to everybody, and the basic theory of respect, just treat people well, and it generally comes back.
And
so, yeah.
So I bet you your song "Home Could Be Anywhere Tonight" that's really going to ring true by the end of this tour, hey?
This is the first time we've done it right in the guts of winter, so I've just bought a little thermal suit so that I can get by in the harsh conditions. I'm actually really excited to see things when they're a bit greener this time around.
Have you bought yourself a onesie?
No, I'm not ready to commit yet. I'm not really trendy enough for a onesie.
Do you know what? I've just committed to a onesie, and they're fantastic.
Yeah?
And if you're out there and you're cold, you can actually get, like, thermal onesies as well, you know. You feel like a real bear.
Are you sure that they're suitable for a 27-year-old man, though?
Well, yes, any age, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Seriously, you can design your own. There you go. You have Jonny Taylor onesies in the winter, and people can buy them. There's a new merch line for you straight away.
Yeah, I'll give it a go, Tracy. If it doesn't work, I'm going to blame it on you.
Yeah, blame it on the drummer.
Now, it'd be remiss of us not to mention the Gympie Muster this year for you too, Jonny. Is that going to be your first Gympie Muster?
Yeah, it is, yeah, and Broadbeach as well. Obviously it's the first time I've done the country festival. Very exciting, and to be completely honest, I think this is the difference between going on Australia's Got Talent and not going on it, is it got me that bit of exposure, just to get, so that when I call these people and say, hey, would you like to have me on the festival? I've been on the TV show, and they can say, oh yeah, I remember you there.
Yep.
Or, it's been that long now, most of them don't remember, but I got in quick enough to sort of cover a bit of ground, and it's very exciting to me and to the guys because, obviously these big festivals are what we live for, to get in front of a big crowd, so we're stoked.
Well, you have a look at the Wolf Brothers. I mean, they took off, and they found, we've chatted to the boys a few times, and they said it's such a struggle just to get somebody to say, oh, yeah, now I know who you are. And as they said, that show sort of got them out into the world to say, hey, look, here we are, but they've had to then prove themselves after it. And I think that's what you're doing now, proving yourself. I'm not just a TV guy. Check me out. I'm Jonny Taylor, and I'm coming out to you, and this is what I do.
That's exactly right, yeah. And the Wolf Brothers were just, they did so well, and people were ready for what they just wanted something real, and that's exactly what they delivered. And I think that same appeal goes for most of the original acts on the show, is they get to see the personality behind the songs. And then you've got that platform, and you just got to, you grab it, because as soon as you're on TV, you're off just as quick. So you really got to be clever and capitalise on it. And myself and the Wolf Brothers have done exactly that.
It must also be a challenge as far as being all the way away from Queensland, New South Wales really are the heart of country music. When you talk about Gympie, the Urban Country Music Festival, Broadbeach and Tamworth, it's worlds apart, isn't it, from the other side of the continent?
Yeah, it is, absolutely, and it's pretty easy to feel isolated here. And I think a lot of the guys, a lot of musicians I've spoken to have taken that plunge, not just in the country scene, but in other genres as well, have felt like they had to be over there where all the buzz and the activity is. And I've just got a theory that as long as the wheels are turning on the van, I can get over there whenever I have to, or jump on a cheap red-eye flight and get over there. But at the moment, home's still home, and I've got to try and find that balance now between being over there where the business is at and still having my home.
Well, home's going to be the van for a little while, but it is nice to see that you're stopping off at the smaller country towns too, because they're the guys that really you find our big boys out there. They always make sure that they stop in little country towns and that, because they just come for miles to get some entertainment. So thanks for stopping in those places as well. Yeah,
no, thanks for acknowledging that. Yeah, it's really special, and people are just you know, when they find out someone's coming down, I don't think it would matter how bad the artist is. They're just stoked to get out and see something. You know?
Yeah, get that dust up.
I remember talking to John Williamson a few years ago, and he was mentioning the Western Australian tour, and he said you go through the part of Western Australia where every place ends in up.
Yeah.
What?
I'm actually from that area.
Give us some perspective from Perth. Where's the up territory?
So the majority of the ups are probably about 200 kilometres south along the coast. So it's the southwest coast. We've just got millions of ups, and I could be a smart aleck and try and ramble a few off, but I know I'm going to get caught up somewhere.
That's right.
Caught up.
We don't want to
Is that a name of one as well? Is it Caught Up?
Caught up, yeah, that's it probably is, you know.
Probably.
For those that don't know what we're talking about, there's this whole string of towns over there that end in the word up. So, so things like Mile Up and Willarilla or something. So.
Willarilla, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I can't say it, mate. We're going to have to wrap it up, but tell us about the song we're playing tonight. You'll Never Break Me. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this was actually a true story written for a friend of mine, a lady that I met through playing shows around town, and it's a true story of her survival of an attempted murder through a domestically violent relationship. So she survived, she was injured into a coma, and the perpetrator thought he'd killed her, so he actually went on to take his own life. So it's pretty gruesome, but just an amazing, inspiring lady that's turned her life around, and I thought she's absolutely worth the song.
Well done.
Brilliant. Well done. Well, Johnny, we'll catch up with you at Broadbeach. We're going to be at the festival this year, so we'll catch up with you then.
I'll be the one in the Jonny Taylor onesie.
Yeah.
See some crazy woman go, oh my God, that's them.
And I'll be the one holding the sign home with the lunatic.
Yeah, and it will have a Tracy patent on it.
Yeah, brilliant. Jonny Taylor, it's been great to catch up with you, and good luck with the tour, and keep those wheels moving.
Will do. Thanks for your time, guys. Really appreciate it.